You're listening to the Love Over Addiction podcast.
Have you noticed all the buzz around organizing, decluttering, and cleaning up lately? It always seems to go in cycles and comes around as a, quote, new idea every now and again. For Michelle personally, she's been a fan of these strategies long before they were trendy. These were actually tactics she used when she loved a good person suffering from addiction. She used cleaning, decluttering, and organizing as tools to take back a little bit of control from addiction. And in this episode, she shares a personal story on the topic that carries a much bigger meaning. Find out what she found in her linen closet and what exactly it meant for her. In just a minute, I'm going to read 3 statements. And as I'm reading them, I want you to think about each one and see if it applies to you. If it doesn't apply, that's totally fine. Just listen for the next. But if it does apply, then we have something for you. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I know that I want to stay with my partner suffering from addiction. Number 2, I'm really not sure if I want to stay with my partner or if I might want to think about leaving. I just don't know. Number 3, I know that I want to leave my partner suffering from addiction. Can you raise your hand in agreement to any of those situations? If you can, then we encourage you to check out the Love Over Addiction Stay or Go program. In it, you'll find solutions to every one of these situations, no matter where you are today. Go to loveoveraddiction.com/stay-or-go. Here's what one woman had to say about the Stay or Go program. There is so much good information in this program. Whether you stay or go, you will need this info if you want to work on choosing happiness over chaos. It's worth the money, it's worth the time, and it's worth the work. And if you're not feeling ready to consider your options right now, that's fine too. There's never any pressure, and we'll certainly never try to convince you one way or the other. The decision is completely yours. When you're ready, you can go to loveoveraddiction.com/stay-or-go.
Cleaning, organizing, and decluttering are 3 words that helped me while loving someone suffering from addiction. Around midnight, when he promised to come home after work, but the front door had not opened, I peeked into my children's rooms to see them sleeping peacefully. I took a few more steps down the hallway to the linen closet, and instead of worrying about where he was for the last 4 hours, I decided to do something that I had been putting off for months, organizing my linen closet. I had purchased a new mattress and the old sheets no longer fit. So slowly opening the creaky door, I let out a big sigh and admired my hard work. Order. Everything in its correct place. When life felt so out of control, I knew I could always open my linen closet and see pretty baskets and bins carefully labeled, crisp white towels folded and stacked, and sheets organized according to mattress size. Martha Stewart would be very proud. This little closet was bringing me joy. It was a small, cozy space that was thoughtful and intentional. My linen closet represented what I was capable of. The final result of my project meant that I could successfully remove every item, judge whether I needed it, and only keep what I wanted. and get rid of anything that no longer belonged in my life. It was a small victory. Yeah, it was. But I knew that this exercise had greater meaning. If I could do this for a linen closet, where else could I use this simple system in my life? Where else was I storing or holding on to unnecessary items? Or even more convicting, who else was I holding on to but really needed to remove from my life? What else and who else did I need to let go of? When I was done with this project, I was left with 2 full garbage bags of linens to donate. And even though I was tired, I knew if I walked away and left the bags in the hallway or shoved them in a closet, they would linger for months. The project would go incomplete. I would not get full credit. I needed to finish the work, complete the steps, follow through. I hurled them down the stairs, opened the front door, and loaded them into the trunk of my car. The next morning, after dropping off the kids to school, I headed to Goodwill. When I handed my donation of sheets to the attendant sitting outside the building, waiting to receive them, I wasn't aware of what happened to my items after I dropped them off. I don't know what this man will do with them. Will he wash them before putting them on display? Will they be transported to another store? I'm not sure. And here's the truth. When we give something away, it's no longer ours. When we let go of something or someone, we are no longer tracking them. I am not driving back every day to Goodwill to see what they have done with my bedding because it's no longer mine. I gave it away. This is what it feels like to truly let go. We surrender the need to find out what happens next. Our story with that possession has ended. Our emotional attachment might linger for a while, but if we have truly given it away, the sting will fade soon after. I'm not interested where my bedding went. I trust that it found a good place. Maybe it will be used for a ghost costume for Halloween. Maybe it will be placed on the mattress of a newlywed. But maybe not. Maybe it ended up in a landfill. And if so, that's not my responsibility. I did the responsible thing. I used it for years. I cared for it by washing it and folding it and keeping it clean. But our time together has ended, and it no longer fit my life. It couldn't work no matter how hard I tried to make it fit. My needs changed, and so I donated it. I didn't throw it out my car window. It's not laying on some highway on the side of the road. But if it ends up in the wrong hands, or if no one else chooses to purchase it, well, that's no longer my responsibility. I gave it away. And the same goes for you when you surrender your loved one. You've done your best with them. You've loved them and you've cared. You've tried to make it work. You have done everything you can to make it fit, but your needs have changed. Lovingly giving them back to God and surrendering the idea that you are in control of their final destination is one of the most thoughtful things you can do. Where they end up on the spectrum of sobriety is no longer your job to track. Holding on to them just in case is cluttering your life. Since my donation, I have replaced that old sheet with a crisp, white, organic cotton sheet that feels so soft and cozy, and it fits perfectly. But I wouldn't have been able to enjoy my new closet and all my hard work if I wasn't able to let go. So, now it's my turn to ask you some questions. What are you storing or holding on to? Who are you holding on to but really need to remove from your life? What else and who else do you need to let go of? You can be honest. It's just you and me, and I don't do judgment. I hope you take a few moments to answer, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you next week.
We've created a guide sheet for you. This time, it's all about 5 tools you can use to take charge of your own happiness, and it's completely free. These tools can be hard to implement, but we know you're not afraid to do a little hard work to get a positive outcome. Try all 5 tips, or maybe just pick one and work on it. It's completely up to you. If you haven't already, you can get your free guide sheet by going to loveoveraddiction.com/happy136.